Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback with Jay Stockwell and Bob Frady.
Yumi, where are you, man?
I am in construction project number 2 here in Southern California. One construction project wasn't enough. 2 construction projects more than enough.
So not only are you a numbskull and buy a house in Minnesota, you renovate that one, and then you renovate your existing home at the same time.
I'm going to say 2 words that every man should obey. Happy wife, happy life. Okay, that's 4 words.
That's 4 words, Bob.
Happy wife, happy. That's 3 words. One of them said twice. But
all right, this is our Husker Max fan experience guide for Minnesota. So if you're coming to Minnesota for any type of game, including the Minnesota-Nebraska football game next week, we're going to give you the straight dope on where to go. We do not get compensated for this, but everything that we give you is going to be a 5-star recommendation. And this is a really small town. Nothing's more than 15 minutes away from the stadium. And so these activities will be probably more away from the game, but we will touch on some stuff that's close to the game as well. And soon Bob will be living here. Now, Bob's been to many of these places because before Bob sold his company, I took him everywhere and paid for everything.
he did. He's still going to. He just doesn't know it yet. The thing that kills me about you bragging on about how you used to pay for everything is now I start to pay for stuff. You look like your feelings are hurt. Like, I'll pay for that. Wait a second. That's my job. Like, no.
Yeah, no,
you're not comfortable. You're not comfortable with the role reversal. It increases my power.
You're allowed to pay, Bob. How about Blake? You want to play for that?
Yeah. Okay. So.
All right. Hotels.
No. Hold on. The first stop. First stop on any trip to Minneapolis, it's the Minneapolis airport.
Unless you're driving.
It's bigger than some cities in Nebraska.
Top rated
it has
America. Yeah.
Great food and has a golf simulator. So if you happen to come here in the winter for some reason, like for a hockey game or something, then stop in the airport, go to the PGA store, hit a few balls, and then bounce out. Leave a little time to investigate the airport. Okay. Now we're out of the airport.
No, hold on. There's a couple of things. There's some great restaurants, some decent shopping in there. The valet parking is unbelievable. You can, if you live here, you can be, in and out of valet parking and through security, sometimes in under 5 minutes from the time you park your car. So fantastic airport, top rated in the United States. Great way to come and visit us here in Minnesota. A lot of people probably have their hotel accommodations booked at this point, or they're staying with somebody. But I'm going to just give you a few that you cannot go wrong with. Now, I'm a Marriott guy, so there's a little bit of Marriott bias here, but I'm also going to talk about various areas of town. So, number 1, if you've got children, Mall of America is a great bet. They've got the JW Marriott. There's another hotel out there which escapes me, but it's a fantastic place for kids. Lots of activities, and if you've never been there, it's a kind of the 6th wonder of the world. You got to go see Mall of America. And again, only 15 minutes away from the stadium. Now, let's talk about downtown for a second. Any comments on MOA, Bob? Do you agree with that?
Yes, and right next to the MOA is the Great Wolf Lodge. So if you have kids, they got indoor pools, all sorts of cool stuff. So if you're coming when it's cold, especially, it's open all winter. So you can still do your swimming in the wintertime in Minneapolis.
All right, now moving downtown, a Marriott property I really like, the W Fauché. I've been a big W fan for years and years, still am. That one happens to be connected to Manny's, which is one of the steakhouses we're going to talk about here in a minute. But W Fauché has got a great nightlife, sort of bar scene, again, directly connected to Manny's. So really, really cool downtown scene. Along with that, the Hewing is very good. The Hewing is a boutique hotel, newer, a little pricier, probably a little in high demand, hard to get into. But if you're downtown and want to just visit a really cool place to have a drink, I would throw the Hewing in there. And for that matter, I would add the Four Seasons to that as well in terms of downtown hotels that are really cool. Even if you're not staying there, just go in and have a drink or have lunch or a bit of dinner or something.
You're like Captain Spendy with those places right there. Those places are expensive.
But again, you don't necessarily have to stay there, but they're certainly worth a visit, and they're certainly aspirational. If you're not staying there, check it out. Anything to add for downtown, Bob?
No, I don't stay downtown. And it's not because I don't like downtown. It's because, I live outside of town. So my stay down.
You stay at night. That's why.
And soon you'll be staying in my house. So zip it up.
Probably more than I want to.
Yeah, as soon as the kitchen gets fired up, Jay's going to be at my house a lot.
And then so moving west, Westin Edina is a great hotel, independently run. It's a franchise location. It's got a McCormick and Schmitz right in it, and then it's attached to the Galleria. So again, great restaurants, great shopping. Right across the street is a Starbucks and Cove Edina, which is on our restaurant list here.
See, here's the thing. People in Minnesota know it's cold, and they behave accordingly. They have built infrastructure so that you don't have to go outside too much. So if you're staying at a hotel, a lot of times they're attached to something that is fun to do because it's really cold here in the wintertime. But people are aware of that. So it's not like you're going to not need a jacket. You're still going to need a jacket. But a lot of times the hotels are attached directly to something pretty cool, like the W, like the Mall of America Hotel, like some of the hotels downtown. They're tied into the gerbil tunnel that people all walk around. So you don't have to go outside.
Great point. And then moving west, the Landing in Wayzata, again, linked to some of the restaurants that we're going to talk about. The Landing is a great staycation place if you're, as a Edina guy, just wanted to get away for a weekend. But again, Wayzata is another place you should visit. It's right on Lake Minnetonka. It has a bit of a sort of Massachusetts feel to it, and a great little lakeside town with great restaurants, great shopping, walking around. So check out Wayzata as well.
Yeah. If the weather's nice and you're not going to drive loaded, then stay outside of the city near the lakes and just drive into the game and then turn around and come back out. If you're going to get hammered, then don't do that. Stay close to the stadium. We don't need any drunk. We don't need any drunk Nebraskans running around Minnesota.
In the age of Uber, no one should ever get a DUI ever again.
There you go. You want to get hammered, get an Uber. There's a very good Uber system here in Minneapolis. In some places in Nebraska, it's kind of hard to get an Uber. Not so much in Minneapolis at all.
It always shocks me when people get DUIs anymore because Uber's everywhere, and it's really good here at all different levels of Uber. So just get the Uber app, and you got a ride no matter what. All right, that's it for hotels. Now let's go to the must-hit restaurants. Mentioned a couple of these already. I'm going to start right at the top. Actually, the first one we haven't mentioned, but I think it's the best restaurant in the western half of Minneapolis, and that's Ciao Bella, which is in Edina. It's run by Rick Webb, a well-known restaurateur. He's got multiple restaurants in town. He's actually a member of my country club. Really good guy. I don't know him that well, but man, oh man, do I love his food. And it's literally like going to Tuscany 15 minutes away from your house. And the food is just off the charts. It's got a great outdoor bar, a little courtyard out there in the summertime, which is wonderful. Always in high demand, always jam-packed. But I would hit, that would be my top restaurant recommendation for a visit to Minneapolis at any time, let alone during a game weekend. Any comment?
White Chow.
On Ciao Bella?
Excellent choice.
Then I mentioned the two coves, Cove Edina and Cove Wayzata. Again, linked to the Westin and the Landing. Dean Glass is the proprietor. Great restaurants.
I think we need a membership card at Cove or something. We spend so much freaking money at that restaurant. It's like we need like a discount card or something. Like you eat here 100 times, you get the next one free. Well, we're up for a free meal.
The Edina location has really cool TVs sort of arranged around the bar, so you can sit there and watch a golf tournament or a football game, whatever. Have a drink at the bar. You can eat at the bar. Really good stuff. It's suitable to take your grandmother to either of these places, your family, or just your friends in for the game. You can't go wrong at either Cove location in Minneapolis, Edina and Wayzata. Now you have to talk about steakhouses, and there are two that I think are noteworthy here in Minneapolis. Number one, Manny's and in downtown, and the other is Lexington and St. Paul. Both require a bit of wallet to enjoy those. I would probably prioritize the Lexington over Manny's just because it's a little more unique, a little more old school in its presentation. Food is very good. But if you're downtown and want to just walk to a great steakhouse, make sure you make reservations in advance and get into Manny's. Again, great bar scene.
But wait a second. If you're a Nebraskan, do you really need to go to a steakhouse? Good point. Just go in the backyard and punch out one of your cows or something. You get a fresh steak right there. It's like, that's so. But if you're in the mood for a steak, if you're like a steak addict, those are both great places. I'm a Manny's fan. They I think they're only open for dinner though right now. Do they open up for lunch again? I think it's still only for dinner.
Google it. I will check the interwebs. Yeah, but it you can't go wrong with either of those. And again, we are not compensated by any of these guys. This is the straight dope from us. So we're not
just straight dope from the straight dopes.
Exactly. Now here's another one. If you're up here with your wife, your girlfriend, your parents, Restoration Hardware in Edina is a great.
No. The food is good, but the setting is horrible because you have to go through Restoration Hardware, like not the outlet either, but the regular store where it's like, this coach is $7,000. You could have it in 3 years. Would you like one, or would you like two? Oh my God!
If you want to score bonus points, walk around with your wife or your mother or your grandmother and pretend you like it. Right.
My wallet flinches every time I go there for lunch. So passing through a gauntlet. It's just you're like passing through a gauntlet. Like just put some blinders on. Then get upstairs and it's really nice, but don't look at anything in the store.
It's on the 3rd floor. It's glass ceiling, garden type setting. Fantastic atmosphere and pretty good food. Great wine selection.
It's a great place. It's a great place to go, but just be prepared. You're gonna have to walk through some expensive furniture.
All right, now pizza. If you're at your hotel and you want to just order out. Again, the delivery services are fantastic here. So, Instacart, what are some of the other ones, Bob? The DoorDash is perfect.
DoorDash.
Yeah. So,
Uber Eats.
2 of my favorites are Boluto. I'm not sure Pizzeria Lola does DoorDash. You might have to go there or pick up. But those Pizzeria Lola's been featured on Triple D. And Boluto is this new South American or Argentinian pizza place. Oh my God, is it fantastic? My kids go crazy over it.
Is it better than a Heggie's pizza in your basement at midnight?
No, there's nothing better than that.
Nothing better than Heggie's pizza.
That's the other thing. If you just want to go to any convenience store and buy a Heggie's, and if you have a pizza oven at your hotel, or you can get them to cook it for you, that's just gold, right? Heggie's is the go-to pizza here in Minnesota. Holiday has a freezer full of Heggie's for you. All right, and then the last one is burgers. Like there's a great burger place up here. I don't know if any of you've heard of it. I think there might be 3 locations now, but 2 I know for sure are Red Cow in Edina and downtown. Red Cow is just a fantastic burger place. Won a ton of awards. Its turkey burgers won the best in show a few times. So Red Cow is a solid burger place here in Minnesota. Bob, am I missing anything? Is that
No. Listen, there's a ton of good food up in Minneapolis. It's kind of that kind of a city where it's like, you do good, my food's better. But these are all solid recommendations.
Awesome. All right, now game day, very simple. There's Husker Max, and again, this is the Husker Max away game fan activity podcast. And the Husker Max website does list several watch locations, but the watch location you should go to is downtown, and that's Lions Pub. If you've ever been to Lions Pub, it's fantastic. Lots of Huskers in there. I love going to the watch sites because you meet so many people, and it's like, hey, where are you from? I grew up in Hartington. I grew up in Norfolk, and blah, blah, blah. And then you just go on from there. There's always people you know in common. Nebraska is like the big small town gathering, and it's at any location. So a lot of fun.
You know what I love to do? I love to go back to Hartington with Jay and tell people I was an exchange student for like a month. and they're like, I don't remember you. It's like, well, I don't remember you either. But it's so much fun to do. Get a little hammered first and then tell them that stuff. That's comedy gold.
So the good watch site, Lions Pub, and then next to the stadium, this is I think a really unique thing in Minnesota. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings literally adjacent to the stadium. Like you could hit it with a pitching wedge. So it's fun to walk in there. Always really crowded. You'll probably fight to get service because it's going to be so crowded. But it is a very cool thing to have a bar, especially a popular sports bar like that, located next to the stadium. And then Minnesota has, the Huntington Bank Stadium has all the parking lots right around the stadium. So the tailgating there is is very good. So we'll be in lot 53C, UB. We're going to be in 50C.
All right. There you go.
I paid a lot of money for that parking pass, so you're going to be getting a bill for that, Uncle Bob.
No, I'm not. I want you to do what you do best, which is to pay for my stuff. That's how it works out. Does the Minnesota Stadium sell booze?
Yes. This is one thing where Minnesota is well ahead of Nebraska. They do sell booze in the stadium. I think it's only beer. I think there might be a bar with spirits like in one of the end zones. But yeah, they do sell it on site, and it's really cool.
And the most important question is, can you fit into the seat easier in Minnesota than you can in the south section of Memorial Stadium?
Hey, dude, I'm getting smaller. Since my little knee surgery.
It's not a question about you. It's a question about the seats.
Yeah. No, it's a more accommodating stadium. Let's put it that way. So, and it's going to be August 31st. This is going to be nice weather and comfortable, and should be a nice night. If it's not,
yeah. But even if you're not coming to this game, if you stumbled across this, these are all good things to do, no matter what game you're going to, whether it's football, volleyball, ice hockey, whatever. These are all good spots to go to.
Well, we did a good job keeping it to 10 minutes. We're at 18:30, Bob, here, so we got to wrap this up. Remember, if you're looking for our podcast, just go to wherever you normally get your podcasts and type in Sunday Morning Quarterback. You will find us.
We are available wherever you get your podcasts from. We're on all of them. So look for Sunday Morning Quarterback, Nebraska edition. Sign up, enjoy their frivolity.